Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and I'm back, and I'm brown. So, back in brown. It just doesn't have the same kind of ring. Had myself a wonderful time. I was lucky and I was blessed enough to travel and do a little bit of sun seeking down in sunny Mexico, and it was a wonderful trip. Although, you know what? First world problems. Not even going to mention it. Had a great time. It's all my wife. She loves this traveling stuff, and I'm pretty content sitting at home. But, I had some great time. Anyway, before I left, I was kind of wondering what I was going to end up taking down to Mexico with me, and I thought for sure I was going to end up taking this little Fieldmaster. But surprise, surprise, I had a little bit of a wrench thrown into the... It's not really a wrench. I ended up picking myself up a little climber, and that's what I ended up taking. I took them both, but I predominantly carried this climber. Let's go to the tabletop. We'll have a look at the two of them, and we'll give you a little bit of review of this climber. Now, don't forget, if you like what you see here, please help me spread my voice, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the bell notification, and that'll let you know anytime I upload some new stuff. And also, please don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you liked what you saw here. So let's head to the tabletop and let's check it out. All right, so this was a pre-owned, what I ended up grabbing from just Kijiji, and that seems to be some of the stuff. Pocket knives are pretty darn expensive, and if I can find myself a virtually brand new pre-owned one, that's what I'm going to end up doing, and that's what I ended up checking out. So I had a quick look on Kijiji. And I'd be darned if I wish I could remember the fella's name, but he was a really, really nice fella. And I ended up picking this up for $15. And I just thought, I loved the white color on it. And I just thought I would have an excellent little time with it. And you know what? I did. This is an excellent little knife. Now, this Victorinox climber has been my go-to vacation knife. And it's very, very similar, but there is some a little bit of differences. And the biggest one being that this one here, the Victorinox Fieldmaster, has the saw on it, where this one does not have a saw on it. So the other thing too is you have got yourself a 3-ply knife, where this one is a 4-ply knife. And the little bit of extra weight in this one really, really made a difference to me. I mean, this one here is a 4-level, it's 100 grams. This one here is a 3-level, 82 grams, and it is quite a bit lighter, and it just disappeared in my pocket. So let's have a look and see what's in this climber. So the one thing, of course, on the outside, the back tools, you've got yourself a corkscrew, which I have actually used in Victorinox, and it is a little bit of an effort to use a corkscrew in a Victorinox or a Swiss Army knife, but it does do a fair job. I mean, some of the imitation Swiss Army knives that are out there, or multi-tool knives that are out there, the steel on it is terrible, and this thing bends and it almost straightens out. But not the Swiss Army knife. It actually gets in there, grips, and you're not going to worry about kind of bending that on the Swiss Army knife. Okay, the other thing you've got here, which is a package hook, which I just finished doing my nails here. Boy, does that sound awful. Shortening my nails, and I just couldn't grab a hold of it. So what you have here is a little bit of a package hook. People use it to kind of carry a package. You can use it to tie laces, especially if you're a skating father out there and you want to tighten up your kids' skates. This will do an excellent little job for that. And there are 100 other uses for this little thing here too. And then, of course, the final tool that's on the back is an awl. If you want to sew some leather, or just punch some holes in it, or if you want to ream this with some wood, this is a great little job, great little whittling tool for reaming a hole in through wood, and it does work excellent. And if you want to see any of this stuff really, really hardcore in action, check out a channel by the name of Felix Himmler. Felix, oh darn it, I can't remember. Felix Himmler, that's his name. And I'll leave a link for his channel in the description there too as well. And he has got some wonderful content on Swiss Army knives. All right, so that's what we've got here on the back. We've got a couple of outside tools, including a tweezer, which are very, very handy, and of course a toothpick. And I have never used really toothpicks here in Swiss Army knives to pick my teeth. Once in a while I do, because they are a little bit thick, but they are excellent for just kind of sometimes little reset tools on some electronics out there that you need a little tiny pin or something small to push a reset button. That's where those really come in handy. All right, now see, the major tools here on the outside are, of course, you've got yourself a little pen knife, which is the small knife, and then you've got yourself a large blade too as well. And this thing here came, it had been used, of course, it wasn't razor sharp, but I ended up taking my little Victorinox sharpener with it, and it just tuned it up like that. It was excellent little sharpener. Of course, I love the fact that Victorinox has got the sharpening choil in it. Now, the steel they have is not a really fantastic steel. I mean, it's not S30V or anything like that. It is, I don't know what the steel is off the top of my head. I think it's called 3114, which is just a hardened to around mid-50s Rockwell. And that, the reason being is they use all their tools on that, so it's a very versatile steel. It's extremely stainless, and it puts a really wicked edge very easily. That's the reason I think Swiss Army knife uses these steel. Now, you can get some custom jobs out there that have got, Spyderco, dragonfly blades in them, and then you can get yourself, ZDP 189 if you want. If you want to, pay for some of that, you can. But I found that anytime that I need a Swiss Army knife and I want to do a cut with it, it's there for me. And I'm not using this knife to do repetitive cutting or to do working with it where I'm cutting, carpet for hours on end or anything like that. Anytime I need a Swiss Army knife to do a little bit of cutting, it's kind of to cut into a package or cut a thread or do some just general light duty cutting. I'm not using these knives for any sort of super heavy duty means. Now, you've also got yourself a small little flat screwdriver as well as a can opener. An excellent can opener this is. Now, you can also take this, heat it up and bend it and turn this into a little bit of a spoon carving knife. It does an excellent job with that. And of course, you've also got yourself a flat or a medium kind of flathead. And it also is thick enough that it can do a little bit of prying. And you don't want to be prying open a car door or anything, but if you need to open a can of paint, this bugger will do it for you. And of course, you've got here this little wire bender, or right here too as well. And then it's an excellent can opener. And then of course, another tool that's in here, which is probably the tool that I use the most in any sort of Swiss Army knife, is a pair of scissors. And Victorinox has excellent scissors in all of their multi-tools or their knives. I mean, it's a very simple design. It's spring back. It's extremely sharp. Now, just to give you an idea here, just to do a little bit of paper cutting. Now, this is a couple of pieces of paper. Now, the real, not only is it, most knives will cut here, just in the, will cut just in the edge here. Victorinox will cut right to the very end. You can see how it cuts right to the very end, and that is, I think, a mark of a really good scissors, if it'll cut right to the very end. Now, this is a couple of sheets of paper, so just down to the one, you can see, right to the edge. Excellent scissors on these. Really appreciate them. Now, let's have a look here. Now, you've also got, price-wise on this, I don't understand why it is, but this here is, if you get this in white in Canada, it's $38. If you get it in the red or the black or the camouflage, it's like $58. So it's an extra $20 if you want to get yourself the red color. And I don't know if there's that much of a difference in, dyeing or anything like that. You could also get this in a, I'm not sure what you call it. It's kind of a clear, transparent type scale too as well, in silver, blue, or red. And then that's actually $66. So it is a few bucks more. Now, if you're looking in the States, you probably want to be looking at these here, Swiss Army knife in the States. You want to knock off probably 30%, and that'll give you kind of a rough idea. I also really like the fact that you've got that white and silver. It just looks like a very classy knife. and I do believe this is going to be my new vacation knife, and it cost me $15. I mean, I think that is $15 that are excellently well spent, and it is just, one of their medium-sized knives that just, I don't think, one of the things I could find, I couldn't find online is the exact knife laws in, say, a place like Mexico. Some people were saying, hey, don't even bother carrying a knife at all. You get yourself into a bad policeman and he will put you in jail for having, even the smallest of blade if they feel like it. Where other ones said, hey, they've carried knives for years and they've never had to worry about it. I just feel very, very safe and very, very comfortable carrying a medium-sized Swiss Army knife no matter where I go really in the world. Most people aren't going to blink at this, and even with the laws being as tight as they are, I took this out of my pocket a few times in restaurants and stuff like that to do a little, cutting here and there, just little small jobs. The locals saw it, and I never had an issue whatsoever. Nobody looked at it twice. It was just wasn't interesting to them at all. So, there we go. Would I recommend this little Swiss Army knife climber? Absolutely. I think it's a smash tool right out of the box. All right, so I do appreciate you guys stopping by and, having a look at what I had to say. I hope you guys stay safe out there as we are not completely out of the woods. Please, please stay safe. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.